What is up, viewers? And I guess also adventurers as well. Welcome back to another one of Rick's Random Rambles. And of course, I am rikquasar. I feel like I need like a pipe. Greetings everyone and welcome to another story that I present to you today. Today I'm going to tell you guys some stories. My favorite stories actually. Over the years, I have played a lot of tabletop games, a majority being D&D, and another game that my father had run for quite some time. In that time, I have experienced a lot of, well, interesting / hilarious moments in the lovely world of D&D and beyond. There's, you know how people are. They get magic, they do stupid things. It's D&D. Things just happen. A bad roll here and a dumb mistake there, and then you're running away from an army of goblins with nothing but, a jar of peanut butter or something. I don't know. I can't come up with on the fly. Anyways, but funny stuff happens in tabletop games, and I'm gonna tell you guys my favorite moments from all of my experiences. So, buckle in, grab the popcorn. It is time for some funny stories. I'm going to start from the beginning and work my way to current campaigns. So, first off is when I was playing in my father's campaign, way back when I was in high school. It was myself and my siblings and some close friends playing. The group had come to everybody's worst nightmare. A long, empty hallway. Now, I have stated this numerous times in horror games. I hate long, open hallways because you never know, in a horror game setting, you know that something is just going to jump out and scare the crap out of you. But in the D&D world, that's, long hallways is an opportunity to hide traps. And all of us knew this. We knew that this hallway was trapped. My friend, I'm just gonna call him John. My friend John was like, hey, you know what? I got super speed, like Quicksilver. I'm just gonna run down the hallway and I'll just avoid all the traps because of my super speed. Yeah, no. So in this world, magic and technology exists. And of course, with both existing, there's a lot of nasty technological and magical traps. I mean, sure, maybe super speed can help you avoid some, but no, you're gonna die. You're definitely gonna die if you do that. Oh no, I'll be fine. Look, I have a special ability that when I am in danger, I teleport away. If I hit a trap, it's just going to teleport me, and then I'll be fine. No, I still think you should stay with the group. I'm gonna do it. Boom, and he's gone. He's gone. This guy runs down the hallway, breaking two rules: not checking for traps and splitting from the group. And the Dungeon Master God decided to smite him. So when he hit a trap, and he did hit a trap, he rolled a dice to pick a direction that he was going to teleport to. Yeah, he rolled, teleported from one spot in the hallway to another spot that also had a trap. There's these lovely traps called monowire traps. Monowire traps, you know that one scene from Resident Evil with the laser grid?
Got it.
Yeah, no, we just see them kind of frozen in place and just fall apart into little tiny meat cubes. I use that story as an example for people not to split from the party because, I mean, every time it happens, bad things just happen. Go take a partner or like, create a team or whatever. So that way when you die, they all die too. Moving on to my first ever D&D campaign. This character was oh man, I don't know if he's my favorite. All of these characters hold a special place in my heart. I don't know if I can for sure say a favorite. It was just a very interesting D&D's campaign. It wasn't the greatest. There was some issues with it, but the characters and the experiences that we dealt with were pretty unique. Ryder Lowe was an inquisitive rogue, and he was freaking perceptive. His passive perception was a 26. Oh, so good. We used to joke that Ryder could see he could see through the fourth wall and knew that he was just a character in a game. It was fantastic. Anyways, the group had been spending a couple days in town, and they knew that someone was following them, and Ryder had kept rolling to find said person. You know, you get that uncomfortable feeling that someone is watching you, and so Ryder just kept getting that feeling. So he kept looking, he didn't see anything. Finally, day 3 of feeling this uncomfortable sensation, he finally saw the guy. They were in the guild hall and was picking up a mission, and Ryder saw him, and the guy started running towards the door. Ryder, being a rogue, you know, triple dashing, beating him there, just blocked the doorway and did not let the guy go out. He's like, nope, you're not going anywhere. You've been following us. Time for some answers. Yeah, let's go back to this is my first campaign. So when this sucker pulled a glaive out from his cloak and hit me once, and dealt 35 damage with one hit. I didn't realize that that's a lot. I didn't know what is an average hit. So when I was hit for 35, I antagonized him further. I was like, all right, let's fight right now. Yeah, no, this guy wiped the floor with me very quickly. Thankfully, I was in the guild hall. He knocked me unconscious. I had cried out when I got hit to alert everyone else that there was a bad guy. But no, I had no idea that a single hit for 35 damage is a big hit. Yeah, so Ryder almost died in the second session, the second time I ever played D&D. Good times. Moving on, we get to the first time that I played a spellcaster. This story is about lovely Rome Rungate, who I've had a couple of one-shots that Rome appeared in on this channel. I would love to, I am gonna figure out a way to start those up again, because I did like the story that I had building on there, but yeah, I figured out that I'm not really a good dungeon master. I mean, sure, it could be lack of experience, but whatever. I digress. Roland Rungate was the knowledgeable warlock of the group, with a spirit trapped in his head. We're not going to talk about that, as it brought a lot of interesting times, because he kept talking to himself, talking to this evil spirit trapped in his head. And the spirit would sometimes take over for him and control him, and things were just not good at all. Yeah, no. We were hitting up a dungeon. Now, this is my friend Josh's campaign. He had put together this evil dungeon. Like, literally every room was a screw you type of trap. There was one room where there were these orbs that kept blinking. As time went on, they blinked faster and faster and faster. And in the center of the room, there was a lever. And we went and we flipped the switch, and it would set them, and they would reset, and the countdown would begin again. And literally, you just had to wait for the countdown to finish, and then the door would open. It was stupid. Another room, Another room just had a giant slime in it. Everybody's worst nightmare. The worst one, there was a room where there were 2 people chained to the wall, stripped of everything. They just had a piece of clothing on them. We had detected magic and saw that they were emanating illusion magic, and so we thought, oh, they must be some evil monster disguise or whatever. And we like argued about it for a solid half an hour because we thought that we didn't know if they were innocent or actually bad guys. And yeah, I ended up killing them. I used my good old Eldritch Blast and just blasted them to death. And come to find out, the clothes that they were wearing just had an illusion enchantment on them that just made it so like if someone cast detect magic, that they would just detect the illusion on the clothes. So they were just 2 innocent bystanders that I just slaughtered. Yeah, it was a terrible dungeon. It was fun though. One of the rooms was just a room full of Medusa heads. They were just hanging from the ceiling, staring at the door into the entrance door into the room, and the other door was on the far side. So the floor was shifting in a manner that you couldn't just close your eyes and walk, because if you did, you had to roll like saving throws, or else you would fall and open your eyes and get turned to stone. So we were trying to figure out if we could manage this, and I was like, oh, hey, no, I got something. So literally Rollum had got down on hands and knees, just stared down at the floor and just crawled. The dungeon master, my friend Josh, I think I broke Josh, because he's like, I mean, yeah, I guess that works. I mean, sure. I didn't think that. I mean, I never expected you got the heroes of the world to just be crawling on the ground, hands and knees. But no, yeah, you guys get past the room, no problem. it was pretty great. And like I like that dungeon, we had encountered so many bad traps, and I'm just glad I just bamboozled the crap out of that one room. I'm very proud of it. Rel Bach was a character that I based off of Tack the Cobbler from The Thief and the Cobbler. You guys, if you were a 90s kid, you may have like seen like trailers or whatever for this movie. This is the movie, and this is the character. It's a gorgeous movie and fantastic. A fantastic premise. I mean, it's not one of those like fantastic story whatnot. You watch this type of movie because of how gorgeous it is. It is a really good movie. But anyways, I based Rel off of Tack. Rel was a cobbler. In fact, if you take Rel Bach, it put his first and last name together. It's cobbler backwards. I love doing stuff like that. But anyways, Rel was a cobbler. He was very quiet. He was very quiet, and he was the fighter of the group. Rel, I had a hard time choosing something specific with Rel, because I just loved his character build. He just, every time I think about Rel, I just get, oh, Rel, oh, I loved Rel. Rel was a fantastic character, and I loved his build the most. Rel was the fighter of the group, you know. He did the heavy hits and everything. He did the heavy hits, made sure that he protected the group and whatnot. Rel was also a pacifist. He never used weapons, and he only used unarmed strikes. So he would go into battle either just punching said person or grabbing a chair. I think at one point we were in a kitchen, and he found a squid. He grew up in the desert, so he had no idea what the crap this creature was, and he just used it to beat the crap out of someone. It was fantastic. He was the grappler of the group, so he would go in, grapple the person, and have someone else attack them as he held them down. But he was a pacifist, so he caused a lot of problems for the group because every person that he attacked, he would make sure to knock them unconscious instead of killing them. So, yeah, no, the group was not happy with him. Later down the road, as Rel grew as a character, he like lost his family as a kid. Oh, big reveal, trauma in a D&D character. Oh my gosh. Anyways, but you know, an army attacked his village, had killed everyone that he knew, and he didn't want to kill anyone because, you know, he's seen too much death in his life. So he just didn't want to use any weapons, didn't want to kill people. But once he kind of came to grips that the group was like kind of his new family, he realized that he would do anything to protect them, that they're not going to get killed or anything. So he kind of came to terms with using his weapon. They actually visited the rubbles of his old town, and he found his old sword that he was trained with before the army came, and he just became and then he just decided to just use that sword and that sword only. I multi-classed him into a barbarian, but with like the trauma that was behind Rel's story, I realized that rage wasn't real. He was not gonna be a rage person. I mean, he was a very quiet character. He's very shy. He's not gonna be a barbarian and rage into battle. That's not him. How I fix this, however, is I just change the name a little bit. So for Rel, raging was something called despair. When he used despair, he had the same benefits of rage, but instead of getting angry, Rel would reflect on the loss that he dealt with, and like he would go into battle with like tears streaming down his face and just attack this creature in absolute depression. Depression isn't the greatest word, but despair. He like in absolute despair, and using the loss that he felt to push himself to not want to experience that ever again. Yeah, Rel was a fantastic character, and I could talk about Rel forever and a day, but no, we have to get to the other stories. Now we get to the two campaigns that I'm currently in. First is gonna be Rathir. Rathir is a druid owlin. Owlkin, I don't know what it is. I'll post it. I think it's owlin. I could be wrong. But anyways, Rathir is born of a noble family. They have very strict guidelines and traditions and all that jazz. And Rathir, he's supposed to be like the protector of the family, and they're like, he's really got no say in it. And you know, kind of like a typical, I don't want to say like a typical noble family, but this is like he had to follow their traditions, and he doesn't really have no say in it, and blah blah blah. I can't name like a movie of like really what this is, but like I feel like every time you have some type of noble rich family, there's traditions that need to be followed, and I kind of took that and based Rathir's character off of that type of style. Oh my gosh, Rathir is partially based off of his family, and the story is partially based off of Stolas from Hell of a Boss. This guy, yes. No, before you ask, no, he's not exactly like Stolas. Don't look at it. Don't
Don't look at it. Don't.
Yeah, his full name is Rathier Stolas. So I did steal a little bit of inspiration from Hell of a Boss, but I couldn't because I mean it was just too good of a I had too good of an idea and I wanted to take it and run. Anyways, part of Rathier's story is that he needed to find someone to take as his bride in order to keep the family line going. So, you know, his parents hired a matchmaker to find him a significant other. And Rathier immediately paid said matchmaker a little extra money to hold off on pairing him with someone immediately until he could figure some of his stuff out. Won't go into that story. The first session of this campaign, Rathier woke up and realized that, oh hey, the ball is today. I need to find a date. And the first thing that he did, he gets out his sending stone that goes directly to his best friend, who is a soldier, who is like one of the castle guards, and texts the friend and is like, "Hey, dances today. I need a date. Please help." And the guard's like, "Okay, cool. I got you." And yeah, so I laugh at it because it was just interesting because all of the players were listening and like, don't you have a matchmaker? And I'm like, no, what are you? I was like, no, I just wanted to reach out to my best friend and yeah, no. And so the dungeon master, my wife actually, she's currently running this campaign. The dungeon master, she had sent in Rathier's mom. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, I just wanted to. I was texting Squick. That's my best. The guard's the castle guard's name, and I just I forgot that I had a date and I needed to find one. Why are you texting your castle guard friend? We literally hired you a matchmaker. Just go talk to him. He's the person that we're paying him good money to find you. I can't do his voice. To find you a significant other. Just go talk to him. Don't text your castle guard. He literally knows nothing. Sorry, I can't. That voice cracks me up. I'm sorry. But yes, no, it was a good introduction of my character, and yes, it's still very fun to play him. So yeah, sorry, I'm mostly cracking myself up over these stories, but I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Hopefully I can shave this down. I took way longer than I thought I was going to, but that's okay. I enjoy stories, and hopefully you guys will too. But thank you all for joining me. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let me know, maybe if you want me to try to get my D&D one-shot series going again. The story wasn't finished at all, so I need to get back into it for sure. But yeah, thank you all for joining me. As always, I'm rikquasar, and I hope to see you guys in whatever I have planned next for my archives. Until then, have a good night.